You spend hours having the same recurring thoughts that haunt you day and night. You're constantly battling mental demons. You can't think straight. You have no healthy way to cope. The only way you do cope is by posting a picture of Tommy Shelby that has a quote that's not even from the show. I know those quotes are relatable, but come on. And have they worked for you? Definitely not. The way you should be tackling these issues is by journaling. And since I've said journaling, there's some people that have probably clicked off the video saying, oh, I don't need journaling, journaling this, journaling that. Obviously, some men are going to criticize journaling. They're going to say, journaling's for women. Why would you want to write about your feelings? Just deal with it like a man. Just thug it out. You'll be okay tomorrow. But then those guys have terrible mental health. They're not the types of people that you want to be listening to. There's a common rule in improving yourself. Don't listen or don't take advice from someone who is not in a position that you would want to be in. Now, since he has terrible mental health, why would you listen to him? Why would you take the advice? The blind leading the blind. You'll end up hitting a brick wall. The truth is, this advice, just deal with it like a man. Just thug it out. Stop being so emotional. It doesn't work. See, I don't give you many guarantees, but I can guarantee you that a lot of your problems, in fact most of your problems, will actually be solved by writing down your thoughts and feelings in a book. It's that simple. It's always been that simple. A brief definition of journaling is writing down your thoughts and feelings so that you can understand them more clearly. So why would you want to journal? Journaling has so many benefits. Firstly, journaling helps manage anxiety, reduce stress, prioritize things, and really organize your thoughts. And it helps you be more self-aware. If I really had to assess the major benefits of journaling, benefits on the mental health side will heavily outweigh anything else. You see, when you're journaling, you're always going to be writing things about your day, writing your thoughts and feelings. Most of those thoughts, most of the things that you deem noteworthy just by human nature are going to be negative. You're going to be writing about things that upset you. So as you write about things that upset you, you're able to put your emotions on that paper. Then once you're done, you'll be able to look at those emotions objectively and to decide how to react. Your emotions will no longer be this uncontrollable force in your head. They will now become something logical because you can look at it from a third point of view. From a third... What? You can look at them from a third person view. I hope that. From a different perspective. TJ! From a different perspective. There are going to be many things that you write that are going to upset you. They're going to cause some sort of negative emotion. And if you're anything like me, for that negative emotion to go away, you're going to have to apply some sort of logic. So that's the benefit of journaling, because as you're writing, you can read what you've written and really look at it from an objective point of view and decide what to do and apply logic to that situation, or gain a better understanding. Another benefit of journaling is that when you're continually writing about things that upset you or things that happen, negative things, you begin to see patterns in your life. You begin to see things that trigger you. And once you see those, you'll be more self-aware and you'll be able to solve those things or nullify them. You'll be able to see how you should react to certain situations, how certain behaviors affect the certain outcomes. To sum that all up, you're just going to be more self-aware. Being more self-aware is one of the best things you can do for yourself. Another benefit that comes from journaling is that you actually realize how crazy you are. You realize how irrational you can be. Because you'll be journaling saying, I hate this, I hate my food. And then after you start reading, you realize that, damn, I'm actually crazy. You begin to realize that sometimes you shouldn't trust your emotions. You shouldn't trust your brain. Last mental health benefits of journaling that is probably my favorite is the fact that it can be used as an outlet. So see, whenever we're experiencing something negative, something that causes a lot of emotion, we have all this built up energy inside of our bodies, and mostly it's concentrated by our head and in our stomachs. As we write, that energy is transferred throughout your arm and onto the paper. Once you've finished writing about everything, once you've gotten everything out, all that negative energy, or most of it, will be transferred onto that paper. You'll feel calmer, more relieved. You'll be less volatile. Journaling can probably be one of the best outlets. One of the best outlets that's not harmful. Because some people, they use drinking as an outlet, they use drugs as an outlet, casual sex as an outlet. Those aren't good outlets. Those outlets ultimately lead to more harm. Journaling is only going to better you. And then with the practical side of journaling is that the fact you'll be able to look at, when you want to make a decision, you'll be able to look at that decision more logically. You'll be able to weigh up the pros and the cons and truly decide with great consideration which decision is better or which decision makes more sense to you. Another low-key benefit, well, it's not even low-key, one of the best benefits on the practical side is that you can hold yourself accountable. Whenever you write something, it's like it's set in stone. It's now a physical representation of what you're thinking. So when you journal to yourself and you tell yourself that I'm going to start working out tomorrow, I'm going to wake up at 5, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be more courageous. You can't go back on that. You have to, because the fact that you've written it, now you have to follow through. Because then you wouldn't be respecting yourself, you wouldn't be respecting your word. So it's a lovely way to keep yourself accountable, because whenever you do go against what you've written in your journal, it'll always be there sitting for you. That page where you wrote it will always be there. Your past self will be cussing you, because that's honestly terrible. So now that I've told you most of the benefits of journaling, how do you journal? It's simple. Get a pen and paper, go in a quiet place, and just write down your thoughts and feelings. Write down whatever comes to mind. You can even write down a recap of your day. It doesn't have to be much. And to get the most benefits out of journaling, you're going to want to do this as frequently as you can. I'd recommend once a day, but if you haven't started journaling already, that will be very hard. Ideally, start it once a week. Just do a recap of your week. Things that have made you upset, things that have made you happy, things that have been on your mind. And then increase that frequency to 2 times a week, then 3 times a week, 4 times, until you're journaling every day. I'd never recommend anything to you that I don't do myself. I personally journal about 1.5 times a day. The reason I say 1.5 times a day is because some days I journal twice, some days just once. So it averages out to like 1.5. Stop being a Jeffrey and start journaling.